What's up, Brad Squad? It's Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. We are back again for another edition of Squatty versus Crew. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, what's up?
And we have Bradshaw Live top fan, Marge Higgs, aka My Glamour. Woo! Facing off against team member Jennifer Carlin. Woo! What's up, Jen?
Hey, what's up?
So the last game, you won.
I did.
Okay. Glamour, she says she's coming back for revenge.
Versus.
We're going to test you on how well you know the origins of some of the world's most beloved fairy tales, folklores, and fiction. I want everybody in the comments to play. We're going to bring you this new game of What the Folk. All right, so as I read the question, you both are gonna write down your answer. When I count to 3, you hold up your papers and show us, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Good luck to you both. All right, first question. The story of Rapunzel is a traditional fairy tale of a young girl imprisoned in a tower by a cruel witch. Her only connection to the outside world is her long golden hair, which her captor, and later a handsome prince, used to climb into the tower. Now, what country did Rapunzel originate from? A, Denmark, B, Sweden, C, Germany, D, India. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Glamour is coming in strong! Germany! Woo!
Hey.
Rapunzel is a German fairy tale first published by the Brothers Grimm. Their 1812 collection of stories called Children's and Household Tales also included classics such as Little Red Riding Hood, Snow White, Hansel and Gretel, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, and Rumpelstiltskin. Number 2. Now, The Three Musketeers is an adventure novel about a young man named D'Artagnan who joins the Musketeers of the Guard. He befriends 3 famed musketeers, Athos, Porthos, Aramis, and becomes involved in affairs of state and at court. Now, what country did Three Musketeers originate from? A, Spain, B, Mexico, C, Italy, or D, France? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Grandma got it! Whoa! 2 for 2! All right, The Three Musketeers takes place in France, written by French author Alexandre Dumas in 1844. Now, Dumas was of French and Afro-Caribbean descent, as his paternal grandmother had been an African slave in Haiti. Now, Dumas had worked for members of the French royal family, so when Napoleon took control of France, Dumas fled the country and lived for many years in Belgium, Russia, and then Italy. So good job. One of my favorite stories growing up, The Adventures of Pinocchio, is a beloved children's story about a mischievous wooden puppet who comes to life and goes on many adventures. Now, featuring a humble woodcarver, Geppetto, a wish-granting blue fairy, a cunning fox, and a talking cricket who gives advice. What country did Pinocchio originate from? Is it A, Brazil, B, Italy, C, Spain, D, Germany? All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh! It is D, Italy!
Questions are hard. I do not know.
The Adventures of Pinocchio, the story of Marinette, was written by Carlo Collodi, an Italian author who first published the beloved character in 1881 in a children's magazine, Giornale per i Bambini. So Pinocchio marked a turning point in Italian's children's literature, adding more complex comedic and magical elements to the genre. Now, since then, Pinocchio has been translated into 260 languages, making it one of the most translated books in the world. All right, number 4, Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, this is a classic story of a poor boy named Jack who trades the family cow for a handful of magic beans, which grow into an enormous beanstalk. What country did Jack and the Beanstalk originate from? A, England. B, Germany. C, Italy. D, Spain. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! You both got it. It is from England.
I got one.
The earliest written version of Jack and the Beanstalk was published in England in the 1730s as the story of Jack Spriggins and the Enchanted Bean in a satirical collection of folk tales. The country of origin of the story is actually referenced in the Giants' classic catchphrase, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. I didn't know that part. Number 5, 100 Years of Solitude is a 1967 novel that tells the multi-generational story of the Buendia family who settle in the fictitious town of Macondo. Now, the novel is considered one of the prime examples of magical realism in modern literature. Now, where did 100 Years of Solitude originate from? A, Cuba. B, Venezuela. C, Portugal. D, Colombia. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Crew got it. It is Colombia. It is Colombia. Yeah. 100 Years of Solitude is an award-winning novel by Colombian writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The 1967 story features stylistic influences from the Vanguardia movement. Now, this combines African, South American, and European cultural and artistic elements and helped to win Garcia Marquez the 1982 Nobel Prize for Literature. Number 6. Now, The Ugly Duckling tells the story of a duckling who is ridiculed by his brothers and sisters for being ugly and different. He eventually discovers he's not a duck at all, but actually a beautiful swan. Now, where did the Ugly Duckling originate from? A, Germany. B, Iceland. C, Norway. D, Denmark. 1, 2, 3.
No.
It is D, Denmark. The Ugly Duckling was written in Denmark by Hans Christian Andersen, the prolific author of Danish fairy tales, including The Snow Queen, The Emperor's New Clothes, and The Princess and the Bee. Number 7, Anansi The Spider is a folktale about a mischief maker and a wise, lovable creature who triumphs over larger foes. Anansi sets out on a long, difficult journey. When threatened by fish and falcon, he is saved from terrible fates by his son. Now, where is Anansi the Spider originated from? A, Ghana. B, Morocco. C, Tanzania. D, Somalia. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Glamour coming in. It is A, Ghana.
We tell so many Anansi stories in Jamaica. If I didn't get this, then I would be.
They would take your Jamaican card. Look, The tales of Anansi the Spider are believed to be originated by the Ashanti people in Ghana, West Africa, and Anansi's name comes from the word for spider in the Akan language. Now, in some beliefs, Anansi is responsible for creating the sun, the stars, and the moon, as well as teaching mankind the techniques of agriculture. Due to the African diaspora, Anansi stories would eventually become popular all over the Caribbean and southern US. So you were right. Okay. Number 8, the Odyssey. Now, this is an epic poem from over 2,000 years ago, which tells the tale of the heroic Odysseus and his 10-year journey home. Now, as he faces numerous obstacles such as mysterious monsters and fickle gods, where did the Odyssey originate from? A, China, B, Greece, C, Egypt, D, Japan. 1, 2, 3.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
In your face.
Grandma again. Dang. It is Greece.
I don't know these.
The Odyssey is the second of 2 epic poems attributed to the ancient Greek poet Homer. Now, along with the Iliad, the poem is estimated to have been composed near the end of the 8th century BCE. The story takes place 10 years after the fall of Troy, and the character of Odysseus embodies many of the ideals the ancient Greeks aspired to, such as valor, loyalty, piety, and intelligence. Okay, this is the last one.
Oh, come on. Does it matter?
Okay, so the score is 6-2.
Who's sick?
Grandma is
We
sick.
don't need specifics on who got which point, okay?
Even though it doesn't matter, I'm gonna give you guys 2 points for this last question. So at least, you can up it just a little bit more.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan.
Last question. The Legend of the White Snake is a folk tale about a snake spirit who transforms into a beautiful woman and falls in love with a young man who is unaware of her actual form, resulting in ensuing chaos. Now, where did the Legend of the White Snake originate from? A, China, B, Thailand, C, Japan, D, the Philippines. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 it is A. You got 2 points. Congratulations. The final score is 6, Grandma 4. All right, now, the Legend of the White Snake is one of the 4 classic folk tales in Chinese literature. The most recent available written text is the Ming Dynasty, dating back around 1368 to 1644 AD. The story is powerful because it spans several major geographical locations important to both historical and present-day China, while reflecting the major philosophical influences that molded Chinese society. So big ups. Jennifer, you won the first one, and today, Grandma, you won today. I think we're gonna bring you guys back for the tiebreaker. Now, squad, make sure you guys let us know if you wanna play. DM us. It's super fun, squad versus crew. And thank you guys again, y'all. It was super, super fun.
Is she gonna shake my hand?
Shake it. There we go. Nice
Of
fair
course.
fight.
Pounded too. There we go.